I started doing drag in assessments while my teachers were grading me, and I just halfway through their grading me put on some lipstick and some lashes and a wig, and I was like, I'm a drag queen, bitch. So that's how I started. And when Envy was announced as the winner, Envy gave the win to me. Next year we have to do it for 10 hours in a row.
So ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and everyone in between, thank you for listening to the first episode of this Manic Monday podcast. Thank you for being here and thank you for tuning in. And ladies and gentlemen, we are here today with the one and only host of Manic Monday, Tootsie. Hi, Tootsie.
Hello, everybody. Well, you said the one and only host, but as the people might know, there's two hosts of Manic Monday.
Oh, that's true.
So, what's your name, Diva? Come on, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. This is Mandy McCandy.
Oh my God! And we're obviously not here alone because at every Manic Monday, I'm drunk, and we also have a guest. And today, our very first guest is no one less. And bitch, she is. I'm so sorry for cussing already, but she is gorgeous. She is sitting next to me, and she's the one and only Mama Queen.
Hello, lovely spirits. It's me, Mama Queen, your favorite life-size
Mama.
Barbie.
Oh, girl, you're gorgeous.
The life-size Barbie. Yes, girl, this face is beat.
Yes, I'm sitting here in a full beat face for a podcast.
Yes, Mama.
Dedication.
Commitment.
So we're going to talk about why you are beat to the gods, for the gods.
We're going to open a lovely bottle of champagne, Mama.
Yeah, you were talking about being drunk during Manic Monday, and I mean... Yeah. We cannot. We could do this without alcohol. But
I mean, we're drag queens.
Life gets a little better with alcohol, right?
Everything that we do, we have a little drink with us.
Gets better with a little alcohol, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, a little shot before every show takes the edge off, dims down the nerves a little bit. Oh, she popped it already.
Yes.
Mama, we're gonna celebrate this podcast, and we decided to make a podcast for all of y'all, to get y'all through the winter months, and
Yes, this cold and lonely winter months. Yes,
so it'll feel a bit less lonely for you.
Yeah. So, Mama Queen, you are our guest.
Yes,
our very first guest
today.
Thank
so
you. Finally,
the honor
I'm the
goes
first.
to you. Please give me your glass so I can pour you some delicious Moet et Chandon.
Thank you. I like my glass full.
Full.
Yeah, full, honey. I don't do half full. I do full.
All right. So,
get her nice and drunk.
while I'm pouring this drink, Tootsie, can you ask Mama Queen about some news? I mean, there's been happening a lot lately, and especially this weekend.
Oh, well.
Last weekend, I mean.
Last weekend, yeah. So now, Miss Mama Queen, you and I were both there at this lovely event. I don't know, can we call them by names? Yeah, we can call them by names. We call them by the names. We were at Milkshake Indoors. It was my very first time, actually. And you booked me for your very own stage. And it was so much fun. But how did you experience it? How did it go for you and the House of Holographic host? Because all y'all did it together, I'm assuming, right?
Yes, yes. So I've been working with and for Milkshake for almost 9 years now, since I started doing drag.
Damn.
So I'm almost doing drag 10 years now.
Damn.
So and Milkshake booked me right away as a baby queen, and I got a call from Marike personally. Marike is the mother of Milkshake, and she called me and she asked me if me and my house were ready for an upgrade to take it to the next level. And I was like, yes, of course we are ready. I'm very eager and excited. And then she said, well, if you are up for it, you can host your own stage at Milkshake Indoor 2024. So of course we said yes. And from that moment on, it was, of course.
Of course, yes.
Who would say no to that?
No, of course not.
Yeah, so from that moment on, we were all hands on deck. And yeah, of course, we were able to book our own performers, book our own DJs, our own dancers, and that's what we did. Yeah.
They said budget. Let me tell you, I was there, and it was pretty. It was my very first time. It was my very first time in that location as well, and it was honestly pretty nicely organized. I do have to say so. And it was, everything was right, and the queens were ready, and the dancers were ready, and the stage was pretty big. So it was nice. It was a really nice first experience. I do have to say that.
Thank you so much, and thanks for being there.
Of course, thank you for having me. And speaking of, nice experiences and first experiences, let's cheers to the very first Manic Monday podcast.
Cheers.
Come on.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, if you have this only in your ears and you're not watching the video, I just finished pouring the champagne. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Now let me take my sip, because girl, I will talk a lot better when I have this in my system. Oh, we're doing ASMR now? Oh my goodness.
Well, who was that?
Not me.
I'm so sorry.
God, that was a floopsie.
Well, if y'all come to the Manic Monday shows, you already know this is me on the microphone as well.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
we burp,
change.
we fart, we curse.
I'm not gonna change nothing, honey. Even though I'm not in drag right now, this is still the same Tootsie. This still the same Mandy McKendy, still the same Mama Queen.
Exactly,
So.
of course, yes.
Yeah, I am so excited to do this, girls. This has been on the list and in the workings for a couple of weeks now.
How did you experience doing the milkshake event?
For me, I focused mainly on that everything looked good. So I made costumes for the dancers, I made costumes for myself, and I focused on my performance. I made outfits for some of the guests, some of the performers on stage. Extra focused a lot on the production. She has done some productions in the past. She knows how to do it. And I'm always in the fantasy, and she's like more in the reality of things.
Fair.
So she's like the backbone of the house, the foundation. And I'm more the fantasy. So I discussed with everybody what they can do, what they want to do, what they want to bring, what we expect also a little bit. We just made it happen all together.
So you didn't have to do everything by yourself. So you had somebody doing the production, and you made the costumes, and Lika just danced her ass off.
No,
of
Lika
course.
Lika was going on a holiday, going back to Malaysia, and so we all decided that it would be best just to let her go on her holiday, and just divide the parts and see what everybody is good at.
Yeah.
So we can put up the best production, and
It was the best stage out of all. I'm just saying.
yeah, it was, and I feel
really
like
was.
Milkshake.
Yeah, and the costumes were amazing.
Oh my God! Speaking
I
of,
have never seen so many rhinestones like all together.
let me
before in
tell
my
y'all,
life.
I stood in front of the stage while you were performing, and I don't know if you've noticed, but my jaw was on the floor, and I rarely look at other performers like that, but you truly mesmerized me with each and every single rhinestone that you had on your body, your face, your hair.
And the wig.
Mama, the wig. Oh, I wanted to snatch that off of your head so
Ladies and
badly.
gentlemen, if you have no idea what wig we're talking about, go to Mama's Queen Instagram. Mama Queen, please drop your Instagram right
At
now.
I am Mama Queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Go to her Instagram and look up like
pictures,
stories,
the videos.
pictures, videos, reels. I don't know what she posted, but she'll be posting.
I'll be posting.
Yeah.
I still have to post it, but I will be posting. I shared today who made my wig because for this event, I really wanted to not only celebrate how far we've come, but also introduce like a new era for the House of Holographic Hosts. It's the first time we were hosting our own stage. It's also like the kick-off, because next year on the festival we also host our own stage, which is like the next step,
At the festival
That's
itself.
fierce.
Right, so it's a very it's a bigger responsibility also, because you're hosting a stage, so you have to keep things going. This was 4 hours, but next year we have to do it for 10 hours in a row.
That's a
and
lot.
That's a lot.
That's long. But so you like to take your time.
Yeah, I like to take my time. Yes, but
Well-
we were thinking about how we started, and that's why we introduced. We started the night with introducing future icons.
Yes.
So we invited new queens, new drag artists. To share that moment with us. Like, we also started somewhere as new queens, and when you get the opportunity to perform somewhere, you will remember that for a very long time. So that's why we started with the future icons. Then we invited our, let's say, I call them the side hosts. Like, we are the original House of Holographic hosts, and then we have the side hosts we wanted to create a night where we could remembered this with everybody. We really wanted to be there. And then we also wanted to share the stage with another drag house, because we feel like, okay, we are a drag house hosting a stage now, but we can also celebrate this with another drag house.
So the other drag house, was it already during Milkshake Indoor, or is that going to be during Milkshake Outdoor in the summer?
No, this was Milkshake Indoor. Yeah, we met them at a festival, and they're such an amazing house.
Who are we talking about?
House of Sass.
House of Sass.
Yeah, so they have contortionists, and they have like a little dominatrix vibe, a little SMR, and they really they bring something else, you know. And it was for the build-up of the night. It was really nice to change the atmosphere for a little bit and to give the opportunity for another house to thrive and to showcase their talent. They don't even have an Instagram yet, and still they are like putting up a show with like 10 or 12 drag artists, and it was really like a half an hour show. So yeah, it was really amazing.
That's fair. So honestly, for the listeners out there, y'all heard it. Get your tickets from Milkshake right now, because we're, you know, Ms. Mama Queen and her house is gonna be performing there.
Yeah, and they're gonna sell them out fast. So
So speaking of fast, Mama Queen.
Yes.
Are you into quickies?
Oh, definitely, honey. Bring it on. Give me a quickie.
Hi, I'm FERRY, and welcome to this segment, Quickie of the Week. The quickie of this week is, who would you like to see on Drag Race Holland? Is it Extra Accepted or Lick a Lolly? Let's find out.
Lick a Lolly.
Lick a Lolly, and why?
I just love her. Yeah, I just love her. Yeah, Lick a Lolly.
Lick a Lolly.
All the way.
Lick a Lolly, let's check someone else.
Extra.
Also extra.
Also extra. Both of them. Both of them. Period. Yes.
Both of them.
Lick a Lolly.
Oh, fabulous. And why?
I don't know the other one.
Because she's just worthy. She's just worthy. Everyone is worthy in FERRY, by the way. Quick question: Who would you like to see on Drag Race Holland? Is it Extra Accepted or Lick a Lolly?
You.
Me. Maybe one day. Next one.
Extra acceptance.
Extra Accepted, and why?
I love acceptance. I think everyone should be themselves, and I love it.
Fabulous. Same. I agree.
Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god, wait even. What's his name? Oh my god, ik ben zijn naam vergeten. Wacht even. Met Geuze, you know we... Queen... Hoe heet ze? Ja, je moet me helpen.
Oh, he wants to pick anyone else. He wants to have Miss Cartier.
Yes, Miss Cartier! I need her.
Angels, please.
Lick a Lolly dus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Hi, baby. Hi. Welcome to FERRY. Extra Accepted or Lick a Lolly?
Hello, I'm from Australia.
Oh, you're from Australia. Oh, so you don't know the local queens.
No, sorry.
But you will get to know them on Drag Race Holland Season 3, darling. Fabulous.
Only Caroli.
Only Caroli, yes, that's the new name. Only Caroli, fabulous. Hi, welcome to FERRY. Hi, Extra Accepted or Lick a Lolly?
Sorry?
Extra Accepted or Lick a Lolly?
I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Same. Well, that's why we all need to subscribe to Wow Presents Plus so we all can see Drag Race Holland Season 3. Fabulous. Hi, I love your jacket. Lick a Lolly or Extra Accepted?
I don't know. She knows it.
You know it?
She knows.
You know? Oh, no. No, the only one who knows is RuPaul, darling. I will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in with the Quickie by FERRY at the FERRY for the FERRY podcast. Manic Monday, Manic Tuesday, Manic every day. Mwah. Super quick.
Need to get like this quickie was very slow and painful.
Oh Lord! Honestly, let me take a sip. So let me just.
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah,
had
I will
enough.
tell
So
my
let me
kids not to listen
ask
to
the
this
question.
podcast because.
Yeah, I've had enough of champagne, so my mouth is free. So, Mama Queen,
Yes.
people were presented with a question, and the question was who they would like to see during Drag Race Season 3. And the two options were Lick a Lolly and Extra Accepted.
Yes.
both part of your house.
Yes.
Yes. So, what did you think of the answers?
Well, first of all, I was shocked by how many people who are going to FERRY didn't know Lick a Lolly and Extra Accepted. I do have to say, it's quite common for people not to acknowledge AFAB drag queens. So Extra Accepted has a little how do you say it? She has to work a little harder to get the same recognition, and
which is unfair because
it's very unfair.
She's fierce.
Yes, and I feel like I can be me because I have my kids with me always. We are a powerhouse because we are a house. So I think they both deserve to be part of a new season because they both represent something that needs to be represented, especially in Drag Race Holland.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Now,
And I mean, we have had so many drag queens during like the all the franchises. We had transgender women,
trans men,
non-binary.
We had an AFAB queen in UK. Yeah, so I mean, everybody could do drag.
Yeah,
That's
and
really
we have a lot of diversity to showcase in a new season, especially if it's like a better production with a, let's say, if it's going to be on national television, then I think we should showcase the diverse representation that we have in our community.
So, enough about your house and your hoes and whatever. So, from the queens that have performed at Manic Monday before, who would you like to see on Drag Race, and who wouldn't you like to see on Drag Race? Or who do you think is not ready yet for Drag Race? Maybe let's put it like that.
You just saved yourself, Tootsie.
Just a tiny bit. It's the first episode.
So
let's
you-
say continue.
Now you gave me an opportunity to say your name.
She's Miss Congeniality after all. So
Well.
I mean, she looks like Sandra Bullock. Yeah.
Thank you. No, okay, who I want to see. Of course, my new best friend since like a year, actually, Rox Moreau.
fierce.
Yeah, she's only doing drags for 1.5 years. And
But you don't tell.
no,
you don't tell.
You
No,
can't tell.
honey, her first time in drag, she was wearing a bam wig, and I was like, girl, that's the way to start
Yes,
drag, you know?
rich.
So-
Miss
She got the
Bam Bam.
message.
yeah, and she was wearing costume couture, so I was like, girl, okay, that's and I mean, every time I'm with her, she knows all the songs, she knows all the lyrics, and her body knows all the music. So she's really a performer, the house down, and she's funny, she's quick. She's very pretty. She's talented. She can do all of this character. So I think she's really fit for doing Drag Race. I mean, there's a lot of queens that are talented to perform. There's also a lot of queens that are looking very pretty, but they don't have a lot of stage experience, I would say. So I think it's a combination of you know how to present yourself, you know how to hold yourself in a big space with a lot of competition.
Of course.
And you know how to present yourself on a stage.
Yeah.
Well, then for me, you are ready to go on Drag Race.
And she's also not afraid to do anything.
Exactly. Yeah. You know how to make fun.
She doesn't
you
have
know?
fear. She doesn't have stress. She just
Exactly.
comes in
She just has
and
fun.
she's
Yeah.
just enjoyable.
That's the thing about drag. You just have to have fun.
Brings me to the next person I would say is very qualified.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies
person
and gentlemen,
number 2.
Kashmir.
Yes.
Yes.
Kashmir is like
She should
she's
be in the house of
gorgeous.
Sash.
Yeah, or in the house of
Sashmere.
holographic host. No, polyester.
Katunchin.
Yeah, I always joke with her. I call her polyester. Yeah. No, but I
No,
think
the hair's
she's
real,
gorgeous.
though.
She's pretty. Yeah, the hair is real, honey.
Mama, let me tell you, she always has her human hair
Oof,
bundles.
honey, and the heels, always
she-
the heels and
she-
the body and the face. And
She's
yeah.
rich. Well, she
Yeah.
looks rich.
And she has a lot of humor. I
Yes.
love that. You know, she can make a joke. She doesn't mind when people make fun of her. She knows how to clap back, and I think that's also important. The pressure of being in a TV show, you know, you can get into your head really easily, and there's nobody to get you out of it.
Yeah.
And of course, there's only queens around you, but they're also your competition. So, honey,
course.
why would you help a queen out if she's in her head, honey? You want to get her even
Mama.
more in her
No,
head.
yeah,
So-
she has to stay there.
Yeah.
stay in your head, bitch. Spiral.
Go
Yeah.
down.
But doesn't Kashmir get into her head or?
Oh, well, if she gets into her head, she puts a bag on top of it, right?
I was going to say, Kashmir has always been in my experience, a very fun girl to be with and
Yeah.
very cute. And she's gorgeous. She really is gorgeous. And
Yeah.
I could see her on a season as well.
Yeah, she has the
Yeah.
humor. She has the performing talent.
She's
and
Yeah, and
looks
she has
good.
and her style, you know, it's she has a specific sense of style,
Yeah.
and it's very elegant. It's like it's a unique style, I think, and it's always very sophisticated. It's
very
very
body yaddy yaddy
body yaddy yaddy. It's giving hooker. I love it.
Yeah, but it's giving expensive hooker.
Very that. Very that.
And ladies and gentlemen, you know,
I wouldn't know what you're talking about. So, what about a third queen then? Or maybe a drag king for, I don't know.
Oh, a drag. Yeah, well, I booked a drag queen for my stage with Milkshake. Andy, their name was Andy, and Andy is a drag artist that's doing king and queen.
And you would see them on Drag Race?
Well, I'm not necessarily sure if they're completely ready for it.
Okay.
They were part of the future icons, so I would say maybe season
not.
5 would be better.
So not even season 4.
No, but honestly,
We're
be
skipping
real.
3 and 4.
Well,
girl.
honestly,
no, I would say it's good to have a couple of years of experience before you do so, because you want to present. I mean, if people are entering Drag Race and they're like, I've been doing drag for 3 months, I mean, you have to be really good and confident to do that, and not many people can pull that off. I mean, some queens can, but I would advise to wait a little long, especially
Be grounded a little bit
know
longer.
that there's coming more seasons, then I would say there's so many queens now, I would say, or so many drag artists now that are really ready to go. They're very eager and they have been ready for a couple of years. So I would say let them go first for the new season, and then there's hopefully more seasons coming. I would say not only 5. I would say there can be 10 or 20 Drag Race Holland queens. Man, the queens are popping out like crazy. So
You're
I'm
optimistic, mama.
Yeah, and maybe an all-star someday,
I would love to see an All-Stars. Because there have been some drag queens posting on Instagram and other social media that they would love to come back. What is your opinion about that?
For an international season?
No, just for season 3.
Yeah.
Come back?
Yeah.
Well, if they want to come back, they should. But I am only coming back for an All-Stars.
Fierce.
Yeah. I mean,
not a regular season. No, been there, done that.
I mean, if it's an international season, I would definitely do it. But for Drag Race Holland, for an All-Stars, sign me up.
So, actually, speaking of Drag Race Holland, how did you get ready for it? Because
let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning. How did you apply and audition?
Okay, so I got an email prior to the season when it was recorded that they wanted to record a Drag Race Holland, but then it didn't happen. And then I think 2 years later, I
2 years.
I got another email. And the funny thing is that my drag daughter, Rita Book, she got the email first. And she called me. She was like, oh my God, they asked me if I want to do an audition for Drag Race Holland. And I was like, okay, come to my house because you had to do this video within 2 days. And I was like, okay, tomorrow you can come to my house. We're going to make this video. And then 2 hours later, I received the email and I called her and I was like, I also got the email. So we have to make this video together, both send it in because you have to send, they asked if you can make a video of your drag closet.
Oh my God.
And Rita said to me but Mom, my drag closet is your closet. So I was like, okay, so we're going to record my drag closet and then we're both going to make a video in front of my drag closet. So we did it together, which was really nice actually. And then we were both like, okay, if it's you or me, we're supporting each other and doing it together. Of course, we both wanted to be in, but we were also thinking they're going to pick one of us, obviously. So then they picked me, and there were two rounds. So I went to Amsterdam for a conversation on screen. So they put you in a chair, and then they ask you a couple of questions, and that's when they asked me the question, who you don't want to see.
What was the answer?
Yeah, what was the answer?
Yeah,
yes. And why was the answer?
You promised us to spill some tea.
I will spill the tea. So my first answer actually was Mayday. And that was because I thought Mayday was kind of sour and she made some comments about me and my drag house. Back then, I mean, the air is cleared, but back then I was like, no, I think I don't want her in the competition. And the second queen was Envy Peru. And I said Envy Peru not because
you didn't want to have competition.
I like some competition, but for me, Envy was for me the not the reason I started drag, but I was working in a costume production, and Envy ordered some outfits there with her drag house, and I saw the way she transformed right in front of me, and it inspired me so much that I look up to her. She inspired me, she paved the way, and so I was like, I don't want to compete with her because she's my idol, So and that's also in a way why I said her name. Yeah, but then again, of course, she's amazing. So And I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Of course they asked her. I mean,
Yes.
they should have asked her. So it's like, yeah.
So, but then how was getting ready for Drag Race then? Because, I mean, I can imagine the audition process being stressful, let alone the getting ready for it as well.
Well, the audition process, I mean, they asked me. So that's already like, you already feel like, oh my God, they want me.
Yeah.
Because they already
feel
know
kinda
me,
honored.
You know? Yeah, you
Yeah.
feel honored. And of course, you're not going to say no because you really want to.
You'd be stupid if you said no.
you're stupid if you say no. So
And is there also a little bit of less pressure if you
no, because it was in the middle of
you?
COVID. We had 6 weeks to prepare. They give you 10 categories for the runways. You have to make these outfits. Nobody was working. Stores were closed. It was hectic. But at the same time, it also gave me a purpose, you know, because I was sitting at home, couldn't really work, and then I just used everything that I had in my house. So my fabrics, I collect over the years, the stuff that I already had. I came to Drag Race with wigs still in a plastic, you know, like, and I had to like create hair while I was there, you know. And other queens invested way much more money and.
Oh, you mean unstyled?
Unstyled wigs.
I mean,
honey.
I also get my wigs in plastic, but those are styled.
No, honey, I mean, I did have a few styled wigs, but not all of my wigs were styled. I mean, Arnoud's schoenmaker made gorgeous wigs for me, so not to get that wrong. But
Gatekeep, mama, gatekeep. Don't be. Yes, you can tell us later in a second.
They evolve.
Don't give them all where they can find the good stuff. Well,
you can always come to me.
So
because
if you want to have a new wig,
yeah.
she just spilled some tea. If you want to have a new wig, go to Arnoud Oerlemans. He makes lovely wigs.
Or if you want an outfit, go to Mama Queen.
Exactly.
Because she makes her. Did you make a lot of your own outfits for Drag Race?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah, but you are a seamstress.
I am.
But how did you? Because I'm a seamstress too, but I cannot imagine making all of my outfits by myself in such a short notice.
No, honey, but I have a very incredible student loan because I went to 3 different educations to become a fashion designer. So, honey.
Yeah, I just did one and I almost failed that. So, I mean.
No, I always have this whenever I get booked, I always think about the look. That's where it starts for me. That's where the fantasy builds up, you know. So it's about the outfit. I mean, yesterday I just built a catsuit because I had to bring a second outfit to my photo shoot today. Didn't even wear it, but I still had to make it. And Saturday night we were performing till like 7 in the morning.
Yeah, that's wild.
So and still I made an outfit on Sunday. Yeah,
that's crazy.
So going to the next question, let's create this situation. You've done Drag Race. You're done doing Drag Race. It all aired. It's all on television. Wow Presents Plus, Videoland. And then, what happens then? How did Drag Race Holland change you, or change your life, or did it bring you anything?
Well, for me, prior to Drag Race, I did ayahuasca, and in this ayahuasca, I kind of got the answer of a lifelong question if I should transition or not. Yeah. So right before Drag Race, I applied for my transition. And that gave me some sort of confidence because I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. This is what I need to do. Then after Drag Race, because when I entered Drag Race, I never expected it to blow up and be so big. So I was like, I'm going to be the universal drag mom for all the drag kids all over the world. That was the fantasy. But then when people from all over the world were literally in my DMs telling me like, yeah, my parents don't accept me. Can you please be my drag mom? I was really overwhelmed. I was like days in a row answering DMs from people who really needed a drag mom. And I was like, I don't know how to take this responsibility. So that really overwhelmed me the first couple of weeks.
But you did open the messages and
I did,
started
and
talking
I
with
started
them.
replying to all of them, yeah. But it just gave me a lot of anxiety because I was doing it for days on end, like the entire day answering. And it was not only like, let's say it's nice to get all the compliments from everybody who's rooting for me and who enjoyed everything. But there was also a lot of people in my DMs who were suffering and who needed a drag mom, and I wanted to help them, but I couldn't. And then I did another ayahuasca, and I asked the shaman, like, can you please guide me in how I can do this? Because I had this fantasy of being this universal drag mom, and I cannot be this universal drag mom.
Of course,
even though I wish.
No, you cannot have too many kids.
Exactly. So then the shaman told me, just focus on yourself and how you take responsibility for yourself, and if you can show that with your drag, how drag can help you to like take responsibility for yourself and heal you and make sure you can take care of yourself, then you can inspire everybody all over the world to do the same. And I was like, thank you so much. So that's what I focused on afterwards.
Because I have to say, your well, I don't want to call it an upgrade, but your change in drag after Drag Race, you are the woman you are, Mama. Let me tell you, the woman you are.
Girl, you don't want to talk about an upgrade. It's it's like a Pokemon evolving.
It really, no, but it really is. Your makeup has changed so much, and you can shoot me after this, but for the better.
Yeah,
you are so gorgeous. People, y'all should really, really, if you haven't yet, you're living on a rock, but you should really look her up because you're so beautiful. And I, you know, I myself think I'm the most beautiful queen there ever is on the whole fucking world. But your makeup and your style, it's yes.
Thank you.
It really is.
Thank you.
Yeah, it really is so gorgeous. Did that because the ayahuasca is like a spiritual reading.
Yeah, it's a medicine, a plant medicine.
Okay.
Yeah, they say it's like 5 years of psychotherapy in one ceremony.
Yeah. But that was that like
your 5 years in one ceremony?
Yeah, let's say if you have therapy for 5 years, you can work through a lot of traumas and everything. But in one ceremony with ayahuasca, you can go through it and really face yourself. And for me, it helped me a lot. Yeah.
But was that also your maybe your switch in let's do something else in drag and let's
No, but it kind of showed me the insight that drag sometimes, especially if you are in Drag Race, can create this highlight on your ego. And for me, drag was never about my ego. It was about my artistic expression and about my passion. And after the ceremony, and I feel like everybody who's entering Drag Race is very passionate about their craftsmanship. Not to say anything about other queens, but for me, I feel like there's a connection between, for example, me and Chelsea Boy, how we implement our spirituality in our drag and how we approach it more from a conceptual, artistic perspective than a commercial perspective, I would say. And that's also how I started doing drag. I started doing drag when I was in art school and I couldn't express myself. I could not be my own model and we didn't have performance art in art school. So I was like, why we don't have that? And then I started doing drag in assessments. Well, my teachers were grading me and I just halfway through their grading me put on some lipstick and some lashes and a wig. And I was like, I'm a drag queen, bitch. So that's how I started. And then, after Drag Race, I became a professional drag queen. This is what I do for a living.
After
now.
Drag Race, you did that?
Yeah, because prior to it, I was making a lot of costumes and doing productions. I was go-go dancing. People could book me as a performer, so I was doing like a Muppet shows. I was being a freak maker. I did a lot of different things, like zombie or like stills walking.
So y'all hear that, baby queens? Y'all can still get on Drag Race and become a full-time drag queen.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? I mean, if you
I remember
drag,
you doing still walking, because last weekend somebody asked me like, "Oh, how cool would it be to have a drag queen walking on stilts?" And I was like, "I know someone." It's like, you've been walking on stilts? Like, no, not me. It was Mama Queen. Mama Queen was walking on stilts with like gigantic legs, like walking.
Yeah, with front stilts and back stilts, like a creature.
And you already is a tall glass of water,
honey. I'm a building.
And on
so imagine a building walking on stilts.
Yeah.
That's fierce.
Girl, that's a skyscraper.
That's fierce.
Honey, head in the clouds.
Oh, I would love to see that, actually. I've never seen that. I've never seen you do that.
So,
well, maybe I do it soon.
Let's see.
Oh. Yes, Mandy.
Of course, we were not there at Drag Race Season 1. Neither were we there during Drag Race Season 2.
Thank God. I auditioned for Season 2, but thank God.
Maybe Season 3? No, but because we weren't there, we don't know what happened. And we saw the episodes on TV, but they don't show everything, of course. So, Mama Queen, is there any tea? Is there any juice?
Oh, any juice, any tea.
Any tea, any juice.
Well, of course, there's a lot of things that are not in the episodes that did happen.
Like what? Anything memorable?
Anything memorable. Yes, very much. For example, that in the episode where we did the makeover, And when Envy was announced as the winner, Envy gave the win to me.
Oh,
Oh, really?
But they didn't
Yeah,
show
because
that
you
in
invited your
in the
dad.
episode. I invited my dad, and we were all really... I mean, every queen...
Papa Queen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every queen knew that there had never been a dad who supported their kids to doing drag. And so my dad was the first dad ever to get in drag in a TV show.
Look at the doors you opened.
Exactly. And I mean, everybody... It was a really special episode because Janie J.K. lost her dad, so... My dad being there and supporting me, it just made a lot of people cry at that point. And so that was a really beautiful moment. And for Envy to give that win on the stage to me,
The person you kind of idolized. In
exactly.
That moment.
That was, and also for my dad, because we were still all in the studio, and we only saw 1 week prior to the episode airing that it didn't make the episodes. So up until that moment, we all were really aware that Envy gave the win to me, and she was like, so...
So how did that happen? Because obviously Envy won the episode.
Yeah.
Do you have to record it twice then, like different situations?
No. They just gave the win to Envy, and they just didn't put the part where she gave the win to me in the episode.
Oh.
Did she also then...
They already gave it to Envy, and then she said like, okay.
So Fred just announced like the winner of this week's episode is Envy Peru, bam. And then Envy said, thanks for the win, but I think Mama Queen and Hans deserve this win.
So let's get a tiny bit messy before we finish the episode.
Yeah.
Did she also give the prize to you?
Well, the fun fact is the prize for that episode was actually bleaching the teeth. And my teeth, honey, I was smoking, never bleached my teeth before, and they were yellow. And Envy was already with fully bleached teeth, honey. She was
Are
ready.
they bleached or
entered.
are they facings?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that tea. You should ask her when she might be. No,
Girl, I was like, maybe she can spill the teeth.
No, I don't know about that. But I can also say that Envy gave me some tricks about makeup tricks while being in the studio, and also Janie. She helped me out. Janie really. She guided me through because I had a lot of difficulties with production. I was
Janie
very
is Miss
critical.
Congeniality.
Janie is the sweetest.
Well, Janie is very real.
Yeah.
So she was like the first episode. A lot of queens were like, "Oh my God, Janie is like she's very present all the time." Yeah. But she was also like, "Yeah, maybe this is the only episode that I'm here, so I want people to see me, and you all should do the same." You know. And she knows how production works, and she kind of, at some point, she told me like, "Okay, you need to focus on yourself and not about the production or the behind the scenes, because this is about you, and otherwise you're not going to make it to the end." And I was like, "Okay, maybe you're right." And then, I think because of how I communicate with all the other queens, that's how I got into the finale.
Oh, fierce. So is that so?
But I also think that is like you were going in there with a Dutch mindset, and Janie was really like, guys, we should have a different mindset because we all know each other. And for maybe international listeners, the Dutch drag scene, Holland is not that big, and the Dutch drag scene, everybody knows each other. So everybody who went into Drag Race, they already knew each other or kind of knew each other. So you imagine walking into the workroom, it's like, oh my God, girl, you here. So
yeah, but this was the
sorry.
yeah, to pouring me champagne.
Our season was
but it's
also
like,
right after the Black Lives Matters protest. So we were living in this very critical, yet very conscious time, I would say. So I think that was also why I was very critical to watch the production, like what the representation was and what we could do, what was being said, what kind of people were on set, There was, for me, what I think and what all the queens found very difficult was that the people from production who were doing the lighting and everything, they didn't see any of the Drag Race episodes.
Yeah.
So they didn't. There was somebody who called they called a wig a hat because they didn't know it was a wig, and there was a certain language that we spoke that they didn't understand. That was like Yeah.
Well, let's just hope for next season we have more queer people, more people that actually know about Drag Race on the season, and that it actually will be watched and viewed by the people there.
Exactly.
And with that being said, Mama Queen, I think
Yeah, thank you so much for being
thank
here
you so
today.
much for being here for the first episode of the Manic Monday podcast.
My pleasure. And thanks everybody for listening. I hope you enjoyed this first episode.
Yes, thank you so much for listening to people at home. I'm very grateful to be here with these lovely people. And yeah, is there anything you want to say, Ms. Ben?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between listening to this podcast, thank you for listening. And stay tuned for episode number 2 with me, Manny McCandy, and of course, the lovely, gorgeous Tootsie.
Woo! Bye. And we have a very lovely guest for next week, so see you then. Bye.